Hey, Coach Colin Castelli here with Shot Mechanics Basketball, and welcome to Kyrie Irving Scoring School. All right, so in the Kyrie Irving Scoring School, we're going to learn 6 of Kyrie Irving's signature moves, and then we're going to give you some drills at the end that are going to help you kind of build that muscle memory. That way you automatically transfer them into game play, right? This is a great way to kind of infuse Kyrie's game into your own. So the first one we're going to talk about is a finish, and that's Kyrie's up and under. So it all starts when Kyrie's attacking, right? He's getting to the rim, and he's showing the ball high and then finishing on the opposite side of the glass. Now the whole key here for Kyrie is he shows the ball early rather than late, right? We've seen a lot of those up and unders from like MJ and Dr. J back in the day, where they jump and then when they're in the air they show the ball high and they get that incredible hang time and finish on the opposite side of the rim. The thing is, for most players that's really hard to do because we're not freak athletes like Michael Jordan, right? And Kyrie actually isn't that high of a flyer, and so what he does is he uses an early show on the up and under, get the defender to bite. So as you're coming in, you're going to go up like you're going for a normal land, but you're going to try to get your last plant step just a little closer. So instead of planting out by the block like you would for a normal land, I'm trying to get my plant step inside of the paint, right? If I can plant my left foot on the inside of the paint, that way when I show the ball, I can get to the opposite side of the glass. So the whole key here is on your last step. I'm planting and I'm showing the ball at the same time before I've even jumped, right? I'm showing the ball above my head as my left foot's still on the ground. That way when I come through and I jump, then I can rock the ball underneath, get to the opposite side for my finish, right? The whole key is that rock up. Because think about if you've got an opposite side defender coming to block. As I rock it up, they're gonna leave their feet and come this direction, and then I can use the rim to get to the other side and finish getting away from them. Right, so that's the whole key to the up and under. Show it high first, then rock it up under once you jump, get it to the opposite side, spin off the glass, kiss it in. All right, so the next finish that Kyrie is the windmill finish. And you see him use this a lot in transition or on the fast break attack. So basically, the windmill finish is just as you're coming through and you're getting ready to attack towards the lane, instead of bringing the ball back across your body to switch directions, you're gonna bring the ball high over your head. So where you see Kyrie use this a ton is in transition. He's dribbling down the floor, and a defender is maybe the last man back, and he's cutting him off at an angle like this. Because a lot of times what they'll do is they'll try to knife at the ball coming through, and this is when you can use that high rip to clear space and get an open look. So you notice that as Kyrie comes through, he's going to pound his last dribble, and then as he takes his 2 steps, he's going to rip the ball high, again keeping his elbow out in front of him, and then the ball's going to come above his forehead as he comes back towards the middle of the floor. Now, this is good for 2 reasons. Number one, that high elbow clears space, right? If there's a guy right in your way and you start coming through with your elbow, he's gonna give you some space, right? You're entitled to your own space as an offensive player. And number 2, as you bring it high and around, as you cross sides of your body, now you're protecting the ball with your shoulder on this side, right? If I've crossed over and a defender flies through, I'm now protecting with my shoulder so I can finish going that direction, keeping them on my outside of my body, right? So the windmill finish is great. It doesn't matter where you're attacking from, but you're using that last dribble to go high over the top. Boom, that way you got the body protect, can finish like this back with your back towards the basket. You can finish with a scoop floater, whatever it is you want to do, right? Kyrie's really good at it, especially in transition. All right, so the next crafty finish that we have is the inside hand finish. This is something Kyrie's a master at. Now, when you're younger, you're told a lot of times that you always have to finish lanes with your outside hand. But in the game of basketball, you never know where the defenders are going to play you, so that's not always an option, and Kyrie's a master at that. So an inside hand finish is just basically the idea that no matter your attacking angle, you can use your inside hand or the one closest to the basket to get that finish off, right? We don't always have to come on the outside. Sometimes it might be best to sneak it on the inside. And where Kyrie's really good at this is using his shoulders to protect the ball, right? So you see it a lot when he's crossing and he's attacking sideways through the lane, and he comes up, he could open his chest and bring the basketball with his outside hand, but instead he uses his shoulder to protect the basketball from the defender. So he's got a defender on his hip here. He'll come through, he'll shield the ball with his shoulder just like this, and then as he comes through, he'll finish with an inside hand finish just like that. Because what that does is a lot of times it draws contact, he gets and ones, defenders can't get across his body to get the ball on the block. So this is a great way you can use it. You can either use it on the same side like this as you come through, or you can use it crossing the lane using the rim and your shoulder to protect the basketball. The key here is you want to think about getting your pinky to spin towards the hoop. No matter what side I'm on and what I'm finishing, if I spin my pinky towards the hoop, that'll put the right spin on the basketball so it hits the glass, kicks off it, and goes in. Right? If you don't have that spin on the basketball, it's going to be really hard to finish coming across on that angle because you got to get the ball over just a little bit. All right, so the next move we have for Kyrie Irving is on the perimeter, and it's a jab and cross. Now, sometimes he'll do this out of the dribble, but a lot of times he's really effective off of the catch. So as he gets a pass coming one direction, and he's gonna receive the pass. A lot of times he'll jab to the outside to get his defender to move, because he's such a dynamic ball handler most of the time they move, right? So he's gonna jab, he's gonna hang the ball out just a little bit, and then his first dribble is gonna be a crossover the opposite direction. Now what's great about this move is on this outside jab, as he comes through, he hasn't used a dribble yet, right? So as he jabs, the defender's moving before he's even put a dribble down. That's super efficient, and that means he can attack really quickly off of it. So the key here that you wanna be careful of, no matter what way you're doing it, is as I rock and I'm jabbing, I wanna make sure my pivot foot stays down. A lot of young players, when they try this move, they'll jab and they'll rock onto that front foot and then rock back, right? That's a travel. We don't wanna do that. We wanna make sure that as we attack and we catch and we jab, my pivot foot's staying down here, and then as I cross, the ball comes down before the pivot foot comes up, right? If I jab outside and I cross back over and then my pivot foot comes up before I put the ball down, again, another travel. So again, I like to think about I'm rocking the D out and then slashing the opposite direction with my first dribble. So you're on the catch, rocking them out, just like this, getting them to move, and then first dribble across, getting that separation. Here, Kyrie gets a lot of options. He can pull it for the jumper, he can shimmy, attack towards the rim, whatever he wants to do. Now, the more comfortable with this you get, the more advanced you can get, right? When you first start, you probably just want to rock it a little bit, getting used to it. Once you get, kind of more, experience or get your reps in, you can hang it out a little bit. Kyrie's really good at hanging the ball out just like this outside of his waist and then crossing over opposite, right? The bigger hang, generally the more you're going to be able to sell it. All right, so for Kyrie's next move, it's a live dribble move, the in-out cross. So this is once he's already been dribbling the basketball, a lot of times attacking downhill. So it's not off the catch, he's got a live dribble, whatever it is, he's getting ready to attack. And all he's doing is he's using a roll in and out to set his defender up, then a stab and cross opposite. Now this is one of the most simple combos you can possibly use, and one that's devastating if used correctly. So the idea is, he's getting ready to attack. The first in and out, we pretend like there's a center line on your body, and you're trying to roll the ball and break that center line, right? The idea is we're shifting the D1 direction and then trying to push them out hard away from it, right? So that's the first part of the combo, the in-out. Boom, roll them, and then you're gonna plant and throw your shoulders that same direction, and then whip the crossover opposite. Again, the idea is this little roll is just to set them up, get them sliding, crossover opposite. Again, doesn't matter what hand you're using your left, you're breaking that center line, plant, cross opposite. From here you got options, right? You can pull up out of a jumper, you can attack the basket, whatever it is you want to do. Again, key number one, break that center line of your body. And number two, I can't tell you enough how important it is to stab that foot and throw your shoulders forward, right? If I give myself a roll and I'm just straight up and down like this, that doesn't look like I'm going anywhere. They're probably not going to slide to cut me off, right? So as I roll it and I plant, if I can make it look like I'm driving, that's going to make the crossover that much more devastating. If you can do that, it's going to be a really great move to add to your arsenal. All right, so the next move that we got at Kyrie's is the snatch back. Now, snatch back is one of the most devastating moves that you can have in your arsenal, and it's a certified ankle breaker. So it all starts off with the attack. It could be off of the dribble or off of the catch, whichever one, but you're going to move downhill, and then you're going to whip the ball backwards behind your back. So the idea is you're driving one direction, and then you're breaking it off quickly behind the back. Now, what's great about this move, a couple of different things. Number one, it's a great change of speed, change of direction crossover, right? Your man's sliding with you. If you can change speed, change direction quickly, boom, they're going to go flying, and you're going to be perfectly primed to shoot your shot. So that's the first best thing about it. The next thing that I like is it protects the basketball, right? If I come through and I throw a snatch back and I sit low, just like this, even if I don't have a shot, my body is still between my defender and the basketball most of the time. So that means that if I don't have a shot, I can back it out, no harm, no foul, right? Now, the key to a good snatchback, there's a couple main keys. First, you want to pound that last dribble. If I pound that last dribble, it's going to stop me on a dime, and then I can get that separation quickly, right? If my last dribble is really weak, then I've got to gather, and a lot of times it's not nearly as quick or as powerful, right? So key number one, quick pound dribble. Key number two, you want to sit low, right? If I come through and I snatch, and if I don't sit low, there's not very much space behind my legs for the basketball to pass, right? There's not much space back there. If I pound and sit low, I get a lot of this space. That means I can whip the basketball backwards, and the odds of it getting through are much, much higher. So key number one, pound that dribble. Key number two, sit low, and then load with your heels off the ground coming out of it so you can let it fly, nothing but buckets. All right, so now we're going to combo these moves together in a drill format. That way, once you get into actual gameplay, the muscle memory can actually stick. So we're going to start by comboing the up and under finish with the jab cross. So you're going to spin the ball to yourself to the three-point line. You're going to quick attack off of it. And as you come through, the very first one you're going to do on this side is the up and under, where you show the ball high, get to the opposite side of the rim, and then finish coming through. From here, you're going to get your own rebound. You're going to dribble out just like this. Boom. You're going to set the ball on the three-point line. You're going to run out, plant, change direction, and then from here, we're going to get an outside jab cross. So I'm going to come, I'm going to pick up the ball. I'm going to plant my pivot foot here, so I'm going to outside jab. Pivot foot stays down. One dribble cross, pull-up jumper coming that direction. Again, now we're going to dribble it back out, same side. This time we're going to keep the ball in our hands. We're just going to cross over coming through. And then here we're going to get the same thing. So we're going to attack from the outside, get to the up and under finish, get your rebound, opposite side, doing the same thing, jab and cross on the opposite. That way we're getting reps on both sides with both hands. That way it'll translate into actual gameplay. All right, so now we're going to combo the windmill finish together with the in-out cross in a drill format. So you're going to start the same, spin the ball yourself, quick attack. Same thing on the windmill, right? We're keeping it high, boom, coming through. That way we're finishing, coming towards the middle of the floor. You're going to get your own rebound. You're going to come back out, and now we're going to keep a live dribble. So I'm going to come out and I'm going to go behind the back dribble on the outside. So now the ball's in my outside hand, and I'm going to go an in-out cross combo. So again, I'm attacking the three-point line, rocking the in-out, stab, crossover, pull-up jumper, right? So we're going to work on a finish on one side, pull up on the opposite side. So once you let that jumper fly, you're going to get your rebound, come back out. Again, same thing, we're going to go behind the back, boom, just like before, but now we're doing a windmill finish on this side. So they're coming through, I'm windmill finishing back towards the middle, and then I'm getting my in-out cross on the opposite side. That way we're working both hands, both sides of the finish. And next drill, we're comboing together the inside hand finish and the snatch back. So you're going to spin the ball to yourself on the three-point line, attack coming through. This time what I want you to do is I want you to stay on the same side of the hoop, and you're going to finish with your inside hand extending it up away from the defense, right? You want to pretend like you're kind of blocking it with the shoulder coming through. Once you get your rebound, you're going to push it out to the opposite side, and we're going to hit a snatch back on this side. So you're going to dribble outside the three-point line, and again, we're going to attack off the dribble. So this time we're going to go in under the legs where you're sitting low, just like that. And then you're going to attack this direction, and this time we're going to plant on the outside, sitting low, snatch back, 15-foot jumper. Again, key here is you want to pound that last dribble, sit low, that way you can get really quick into it. Then you're going to get your rebound, come back out, and we're going to do the same thing opposite, right? So as I come through here, I'm going to finish with my inside hand on this side, dribble out, snatch back with my outside hand on the opposite side. Again, the transitions here don't matter a whole lot. We're just trying to keep our speed up, attacking downhill. So you can add those to your game. It's going to be a lot easier for the moves to come out in real gameplay. All right, if this video helped you out, go ahead and hit that like button, and then head to the comment section down below and let me know what sort of video you want to see next. This is a channel for the people, by the people, and I run pretty much everything off a request, so leave it down below and hopefully I get to it. And if you're new to shot mechanics, welcome, and you're going to want to do two things. Number one, click that subscription button because we put out videos every week and they're all going to get you better, I guarantee it. The second thing you're going to want to do is click that link in the description and get a free copy of my #1 scoring workout. This scoring workout is going to change the way you think about training, and it'll probably increase your scoring average the very first time you use it. That's how powerful it is. And again, I'm Coach Colin Castell with Shot Mechanics Basketball. Thanks for watching, and until next time, splash on.